Hey guys, Mini Toy Collector Mom here. I've gotten several requests for Poppycorn, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. And if you look at this one, it definitely has a rectangle looking shape, but the sides at the top go out. So just keep that in mind while we're drawing her. All right, let's go ahead and draw Poppycorn. I'm going to start off with just a basic rectangle shape, but I'm going to go ahead and extend those sides up and out. So up and out of my rectangle. And the top of Poppycorn has these little wavy bumps, if you guys can see. Boom, 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 boom. And for this main rectangle here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we got the basic shape of Poppycorn. I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do the side. The side goes up and over to the right a little bit, and then extends up. And then there's 2 smaller curves at the top. Okay, and if you guys can see now, about halfway through, there's this arch. So it's almost a half of a circle. So I'm looking at mine, and this is about halfway. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure the top of my arch or circle gets to the top of that line. Okay, so you can kind of draw yourself a guideline to center it and then go ahead and erase it. And then there's just a side one that loops up like that. That's connected to that main one. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and do the face. So there's a wink eye. There's a big eye here, and then the mouth is definitely open. Poppycorn is happy. So what we're going to do is these eyes are directly in the center of that half circle and the bottom. So keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and do that. Directly halfway, there's a wink eye with 1 eyelash. And then that's where the bottom of the other eye starts. And there's kind of like a curvature to the bottom of this eye. It's not perfectly round, but it does come up and around. And then there is an eyelash here, 2 down here, and there is a big circle that comes inside, and that famous little white one we're going to leave white. And then there is kind of a half a crescent. It's not a full crescent, but it definitely does connect there and stays open at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and fill the dark part of my eye in there. And I'm going to make sure to leave that one really dark, because then there is just a little bit of color. Poppycorn is very light color eyes. Okay, and then there are 2 eyebrows. You just come up and over each eye. And then that little tiny nose. And then, like I said, this mouth is open pretty big. It almost looks like an upside down triangle. So it starts at the wink eye and ends just about where that other eye comes to. Starts and then comes down, but the bottom is rounded. So it's not quite a pointy triangle. And there's some teeth. Straight line for teeth, and we're going to round it down for a tongue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clean some of this up, because I want to leave some room for the little dimple underneath. So I'm going to straighten up, clean up my lines here, because there was just this little line right there. So when he's smiling, He has a little indent. So let's go ahead and clean the face up. And you guys can clean up your lines anytime you want to. I just kind of like going as I do it so I can really see my picture take shape. All right, so let's go and we're going to finish the bottom first. How about that? So there is a hand that starts right at the bottom of the eye and it comes on out and around just like that. So you're going to draw right through that line that you already drew, and then you can erase. I'll go ahead and clean that line up. And then there is a foot. That looks like a pretty big foot, actually. It starts right just past where that first line is of the rectangle, and it ends to the right of the mouth. So that foot just comes on down like that. Almost looks like half of an oval. And then in this one, Poppycorn's kind of kicking up like, yeah, I got popcorn. So it is a pretty big foot. What I'm going to do is see how it goes through the line we already did here. So we're going to have to kind of draw through that line we did. I'm going to put the center of the foot right through that line that we already drew. I'm going to bring it down, and then you're going to bring it up, back, and around, just right underneath where the tongue is, okay? So you're almost kind of doing this down, up, and loop. And I'm going to loop it back down just past that line we did, okay? So what you're going to have to do is go back and just erase. No big deal. That's why we draw in pencils, so we can definitely erase. All right, we do have another little hand over here that comes out right underneath that line we did. It comes up and out. All right, that is looking good. I think I'm going to go ahead and shade in the tongue. Maybe just lightly do the back of the mouth. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, now for some of the details of the top. There is just another arch. You're going to just do another line right on top here. Another line right on top of there. Just to give it that double arch. And let's go ahead and clean this up. While we're cleaning it up, we're going to go ahead, where these looped on the side, we're going to go ahead and bring that line and extend it down, up or down, whichever way you want to go. Let's clean up this line, clean up these lines. And like I said, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And these lines also connect down, okay? But go ahead and just do the ones on the outside. Whoops, I actually drew through my little arch. Okay, go ahead and just do the outside, because there is this circle we're going to do with the S right here. And this circle starts right in the center line, and it's about, you know, actually what we're going to do, you guys, is pretend this is the top, and break it in half. That circle starts right where that half is, okay? And it's just going to come up. It's not a huge circle, but it's definitely big enough that we're going to try to do our S in there. So you can go ahead and bring that other line down. Okay. Now, this S is a little tricky, but we're going to try to work through it. Let me see if I can focus in here. Okay, so you guys see the S. It's a couple swirls. So what we're going to do, we're going to break the S into 2. What you're going to do is imagine you're drawing a circle. Drawing a circle, drawing a circle. But oops, I'm going to go ahead and go inside my circle and loop around. Okay, so I'm going to do that for my top half too. I'm going to start it here, draw in a circle, and then oops, I'm going to bring that S in, or that line, and bring it in. Okay, so we have that classic looking S for Shopkins. All right, so go ahead and clean that up. And then if you guys notice, we have some definite dark light, dark light. So I'm going to go ahead and do some shading with that. I'm going to do just some shading here so you can definitely tell what's what. And then I'm going to fill the arch in a little bit. And then this one, I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. Now you guys are more than welcome to color these. I actually like them just pencil. I don't know, I guess I'm not a big fan of filling in the color, but I've always been a fan of just drawing with pencil. So, but you guys can do whatever you guys want because these are your drawings. All right. Now, of course, we have popcorn popping out of the top of the head. So we're going to go ahead and it actually just looks like big, puffy, round circles. That's what they look like to me. So we can go ahead and just do some big puffs. Just do some big puffies coming out of here. Some of these are up in the air. So you're just going to kind of start at the bottom and then work your way up, layering them. Some of these pieces look huge, some look smaller. So they don't have to be perfect, right? Popcorn is not a perfect shape. They're all a little different. Some of them are up in the air, popping up. All right. Well, that looks pretty cool. I am happy with Poppycorn. If you guys have any more requests, I would love to get them. Please subscribe and like my channel. Bye.